Hello everyone, my name is Joe, and in this tutorial I will be showing you how to make a blog with WordPress. If you go to amazingblogdemo.com, you can see a demonstration of what the website will look like once we are finished with the tutorial. So at the top you'll see we have a menu, and when you hover over the menu items they will change color to a purplish color. I will show you how to do that. There's also a beautiful hero image at the top, and I'll show you where you can get free beautiful images. I have a few sites that are really good. If you scroll down, you will see we have the blog posts with a little summary of each blog post, and each blog post has a beautiful image above it. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom to the footer, you'll see there are 4 columns in the menu. This is a little menu with a contact and about, and we have categories, recent comments, and recent posts, and I'll show you how you can configure this to show whatever you'd like in the footer. On the bottom left we have the copyright, and then on the bottom right we have the social sharing buttons. If you click one of these categories, you will see it has a hero image at the top, and I will show you how you can create a custom image for each category. So if I go to this other category page, it has a different hero image at the top. Then if you go to the contact link, I'll show you how to make a contact page with a contact form, and you can have a different hero image at the top and with a nice contact form, and then this about page. We can have a different hero image, and then you can write some stuff about yourself here. Also, this theme is fully responsive, so it'll look great on mobile, tablet, or desktop. To give you a little demonstration, this is how it will look like on an iPad. As you can see, it's fully responsive, and it will also look great on an iPhone. You'll see the mobile menu shows up, and everything adjusted to fit the smaller screen. So before we get into how to make a blog, I wanted to let everyone know that I really encourage comments. If you have any questions or suggestions on how I can improve this video, that would mean a lot to me. Also, if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. I will be creating some follow-up videos to address any issues users are having, and also I'll be revising these videos with the feedback that I receive. So to create a blog, it's a 4-step process. The first step is to get a domain. For example, google.com is the domain. I will show you later how to register and choose a domain. That costs about $13 per year. Then we need to get web hosting. What web hosting is just a computer that's on 24/7, 365. It's on all the time, and it allows people all over the world to connect to that computer and download your website and view it on their mobile or desktop computer. That costs about between $4 and $12 a month. It depends on how long term of a contract. If you get a 3-year contract, it can get down to $4. If you do month to month, it'll be $12 a month. The third step is to install WordPress. That's very easy. with the web hosting I use, which I recommend, is called HostGator, and just about any web host will have a tool called Quick Install, which allows you to install WordPress with just a few clicks. And I will show you how to do that later. And the final step is to build the website. And that is the step that takes the most work, and it can cost thousands of dollars to pay a web developer to make a website for you. But in this tutorial, since I'm going to show you how to make the website yourself, that will be free. Also, if you have any questions or you'd like to send me a private message, you can email me at help@upwerd.com. That's upwerd.com. So now let's go to HostGator.com so we can get the web hosting, which is the first step. So open a new tab and go to HostGator.com. This is HostGator.com, which is one of the biggest web hosts. I've been using them since 2008, and I have several websites with them. I've only had a few problems, but the customer service is very quick to resolve the problems. They also have a 45-day money-back guarantee, so if for some reason you don't like creating websites yourself and you want to get a refund, you can do that. So in the upper left, where it says web hosting, click on that. If you scroll down a bit, you'll see there's 3 plans. There's the hatchling plan, the baby plan, and the business plan. The business plan is more expensive. It comes with private SSL and IP, which that's not really needed for a blog. That's more, you need a private SSL if you're going to have an online store where you're going to be selling and taking credit cards. So you'll need an SSL for that. But for a blog, you shouldn't need that. So really, you should only be focusing on is the hatchling plan and the baby plan. The difference between those 2 plans is the hatchling plan, you only can have 1 domain, and the baby plan, you can have unlimited domains. So the only reason you would want the unlimited domains is if you plan to have several sites, several domains. Maybe you're going to decide to be a freelance designer, or you want to host a website for one of your friends or family. But if you're just going to have 1 blog for yourself, then I would just go with the single domain plan, the hatchling plan. So in this tutorial, I will just select the hatchling plan. So click this sign up now. Also, you can, if you change your mind and you want to switch to the baby plan, you can always change that later. So click on sign up now. Now this takes us to our first step, which is to choose a domain. So where it says enter your domain, just enter a domain. Amazing. I chose one earlier. Hopefully it's still available. Amazing blog now. And then it will list out a bunch of other extensions. All you really need is the .com, so you don't need any of these other ones, so just skip past all of the other domains. And then you come to this domain privacy protection, which costs $13 a year. I recommend getting the domain privacy protection. That will keep your information private, so people can't get your email address and your phone number, because they can get it and you will receive some spam messages, which I have received in the past. So I recommend getting the domain privacy protection, so I would keep that checked. And then scroll down to the next section, which is choose a hosting plan. So we have the hatchling plan selected, which you get 1 domain, and I'm just going to go with one month at $10.95 a month. And I have a couple of coupons. One will allow you to get your first month for 1 cent. I will talk about those later when we get down to the coupon section. So now we need to enter a username. It's going to enter amazing. And then we need to enter a PIN. So, just like a PIN you would use for a credit card. It will be used for when you need to contact customer support. Then scroll down to the next section, which is enter your billing information. So I'm just going to enter some information just for demonstration purposes, since this information is pretty sensitive, and I'll come back and change it later. So enter your email address. Then enter the CVV code, which is usually a 3-digit number on the back of your card. I believe with American Express it might be 4 digits and it's on the front of the card. And then enter in your expiration date. And then scroll down to the next section. Add additional services. So in this section there's some additional services that I don't recommend. I think some of the services are nice to have, but when you're just starting out, I just recommend getting the minimum requirements. So just uncheck everything in here, and then scroll down to the next section, which is enter a coupon. So I have a couple of coupons. One is Upward 1. Click validate. With this one, as you can see, you can get your first month for 1 cent. Now I should let you know that I do make a commission when you use my coupon, but that helps me make these tutorials for free and help you guys with any of your website issues and help you make a blog. So thank you very much for your support. So if you use Upward 1, you can get the first month for 1 cent. Another coupon I have is Upward 30. Validate. And that one you will save 30%. So if you do a longer term contract, that one would make more sense. But if you're just doing the month to month, you're not going to save as much. So for month to month, I would just do the Upward 1. But if you're doing a longer term contract, maybe for a year, I would use Upward 30 and save 30%. So after you enter the coupon, I would just go through and make sure everything's correct. So you get phone, live chat, email support, free instant account activation is free, 45 money back guarantee, domain registration. So just double check your domain's correct. AmazingBlogNow.com. That's $12.95, and then 1 month of the hatchling is 1 cent. And then hosting add-ons is $15.95. So I don't know how that happened. Let's see. So yeah, somehow I think when I changed the coupon, this got checked. So make sure that's unchecked. And then scroll back down. And then now we just have the $12.95 hosting add-on for the private domain registration. So that gets our total down to $25.91. So now just scroll down to the bottom and click this I have read and agreed to the terms of service. Click checkout now. And then let it process. So you should get a page that says, "Thank you for your order, payment completed." So now if you go to your email, open up a new tab and go, you should receive 2 emails from HostGator. Click on the first one that says hostgator.com, your account info. Open that up. You will see you have a link to your control panel. That's where we're going to go to install WordPress with the quick install. So if you click on that link, the Your Control panel, click on that, and then go back to the email. So your username, use your copy your password, so highlight it, and then right click and copy, and then remember your username, and then go back to the tab and enter your username, and then enter in your password. So this is the HostGator control panel. And just close all these little pop-ups. No, I'm fine, thanks. Now scroll down to, you get to the software and services section. You'll see there's a quick install. Click on that. Then close this pop-up. Scroll down until you see install WordPress. Click on that. And then you'll see another install WordPress. Click on that. And then here you'll see there's a drop down with your domain. So click that drop down and then select your domain. Then leave this blank, and then for email, enter your email address. And then enter your email, your admin user and first name and last name, and then click install WordPress, and then you'll get this pop up. You can just click on this no thanks, and then when it's done, at the top you'll see this view credentials with your admin area, link, your username, and your password. So I would highlight the password and right click and copy, and then paste that somewhere because you're going to need that. So click on this admin area and you'll get this error that says this site can't be reached. So the reason you get that is because we just registered the domain, and it takes a bit for the domain to refresh so you can access it. It can take an hour, a few hours, sometimes longer. So let's just take a break now and come back in a few hours, and this should be your domain should load up in a few hours when we come back. Okay, so now it's been a few hours, and if you reload the page, you should get this page, which is the WordPress admin login screen. So now just enter in your username that you created when you did the quick install, and then hopefully you saved your password somewhere. And so just right click on that and copy, or Control C, the keyboard, and go back and right click and paste that in, and then click login. So I'm not going to save the password because I'm going to show you how to change that change your password to something easier to remember. So just close this. And then the first thing I want to show you is how to remove plugins, because the quick install and also WordPress, they include some plugins that you don't need. So the Mojo Marketplace and SumoMe, just click the checkbox to the left of both of those. And then down at the bottom, this bulk actions, select deactivate and then click apply. You have to deactivate plugins before you can remove them. So now all the plugins are deactivated. So at the top, click this checkbox to check all of the plugins. Then from the bulk actions drop down, select delete and then apply. And then click yes, delete these files and data. Okay, so now we've removed all of the plugins. The next thing I want to show you is how to change your passwords. So on the left side, you'll see this users. Click users, and you should have one user. So just click the edit when you hover over your user, and then scroll down to the bottom. See this account management, and then new password. Click generate password. And then change this to something, whatever you want, whatever you can remember. And then it's saying it's 2 weeks, so you have to click this confirm use of weak password and then click update profile. Okay, so now you updated your password. And another thing I want to show you is, so right now this says display name publicly as amazing, so that's your username. So if you wanted to show your name, so when you have a blog post and you want to say it's by Joe Bill, you have to add your first name, and you don't have to add your last name, but you can if you want to show your full name. And then click this drop down, display name publicly as, and you can set it to your first name or your full name, whatever you like. And then just go to the bottom and click update profile. Okay, so now we set our display name. The next thing we need to do is download the theme, the WordPress theme we're going to use in this tutorial. So if you open a new tab and go to upword.com, that's upwerd.com. So this is my website. And if you scroll down to here, you'll see a download theme button. So click that, and I would just save it to your desktop so it's easy to find later. So this will be a zip file, upward.zip, so just click save. And then the other thing we'll need for the tutorial is the images. So at the top, just go to upward.com and then /downloads/blog/images.zip. Enter. And then also save that to the desktop. This is the image pack with the images I use in this tutorial. So click save for that. So now you can just close this tab. And then actually I'm going to close these other tabs since I won't be needing those anymore. So now we're back at the WordPress admin. So now we need to install this Upward theme. So on the left side, if you go to Appearance and then Themes, currently you have 3 themes that come with WordPress by default. This is the 2016 is the default theme that's installed. So if you click on that, this is what it looks like. Actually, if you go to the upper left and click on Amazing Blog Now, the name of your website, this is what your site currently looks like in live when a user goes to your website. So let's go back. So hover over your blog name up here and then go to themes. And then what we need to do is right here where it says add new, click add new. Then click this upload theme. Then choose file button and select upward.zip and click open. Then click install now. And then click activate. So now you'll see we have this active theme as the upward. At the top you will also notice it says this theme recommends the following plugins. These are some plugins that are useful that I recommend. Some of them we will use in this tutorial and some I'm not going to go over, but I recommend all of the plugins. So click this begin installing plugins link and then just click this checkbox to check all of the plugins, and then select the bulk actions drop down and then select install and then click apply. And then that will go through and install each plugin one by one. And then when it's done, you should have a message at the bottom that says all installations and activations have been completed. All plugins installed and activated successfully. So if you go back to plugins on the left side, so on the plugins page, you should now have all the plugins enabled. You can close this little modal. So now you should see all the plugins enabled. This first one, Easy Google Fonts, is a really nice plugin that allows you to use Google Fonts. And Google Fonts are or fonts in general are very important because they will make your site look a lot more professional with the right font. And then the next plugin, Page Builder by Site Origin. This is a really nice plugin that helps you create web pages. For this tutorial, we are just going to use it to add some social media icons and also a contact form. The next one, Site Origin CSS, is a plugin that will allow you to change the styling of the page. That is a little advanced for this plugin, so I'm not going to be getting into that in this plugin, but I can get into that at a later date. Site Origin Widgets Bundle is a plugin that works with the Page Builder by Site Origin. That plugin includes the contact form. It also includes the social media icons, and it includes a bunch of other really nice widgets. Social Share Buttons by Subsystic is a plugin for adding the social sharing buttons for Facebook and Twitter to your post pages. And then the last plugin is another plugin that's for the page builder that adds some other widgets. We won't be using this plugin in this tutorial, so I won't be getting into that, but I can get into that at a later date. So now the next thing I want to do is we need to unpack the images that we downloaded. So if you go to your desktop, and then for Windows, just right click on this images.zip and go to extract all. For Mac, I believe it automatically extracts it. You might have to double click on the zip file. So we have the images unzipped, so you can just close that and close this and then go back to WordPress. On the left side, you go to Media, click on Media, and then click Add New at the top, or click this Select Files, and then go to the desktop where we extracted the images. Open up that and then select all the images. and then click Open. So that will take some time to upload the images. While that's going on, I'm going to show you a few websites where you can get really nice images for free. One of those is Unsplash. Unsplash has a lot of really nice high definition images, and they're all for free. That's where Unsplash is where I got all of the images for this tutorial. Another one is stocksnap.io. It's another great site that has a lot of high definition images. Another one is pexels.com. This also has a lot of great high definition images. Then the last one is pixabay.com. This site has a really large library, so the quality of the images is not as high. If you look through the images, you can find some really nice stuff, but it takes a little more work to find stuff sometimes since there's so many images. And I'll include links for each of these sites in the YouTube description. So I'm going to close these tabs now. We go back to the media library. Looks like we got a few errors. So just refresh the page. So it looks like three of the images had some issues, but those will likely still work. If they don't, we can upload some different images later. So now that we got all the prerequisites out of the way, let's start creating the blog. So now go to Pages, and by default you get this sample page. So you can just click Trash to delete it. And then in WordPress, when you click Trash, it just puts it in the trash. It's like a recycle bin. So to really permanently delete it, just go into the trash and click this Delete Permanently. So now at the top where it says Add New, click Add New to add a new page. Just going to enter the title as a blog. And then I'm going to click this Set Featured Image and go to the media library. And this is the images we have uploaded. So click this one, just titled blog.jpg, and then click Set Featured Image. And then below in the featured image it says Add Parallax to Featured Image. Click that. And then where the title is, it says blog, you see this Enter Featured Image subheading here. This is where I'm going to enter not just another blog. And this is the subheading. I'll show you that once we save. So now click Publish. And then if you click this link, we can view what it looks like. So right now we just have this hero image at the top. We still have our header, which we want to change that to transparent, which we will do later. So just click Edit Page to go back. The next thing we need to do is you'll see we have this index.php/blog2, which doesn't look that nice. So if you go to, on the left side, go to Settings and then Permalinks, click on that. We can change the link to look a little nicer. So click this one called Post Name, and that'll make the URLs look like this, where it's / it should be /blog. So then click Save Changes. And then one other thing we need to do is we want to set that blog page as our home page. So under Settings, you see there's Reading. Click on Reading. And where it says Front Page Displays, we want to change this to a static page. So click that. And then this drop-down Post Pages, we want to select that as our blog. So that'll make the home page display the blog page we just created. So now click Save Changes. Now, if we just click here, this will go to our home page. Click in the upper left, this is the name of our blog. Click on that. That'll go to our home page. So now we see our home page has this blog, and then not just another blog. So if you scroll down, you'll see we just have this one blog post that comes with WordPress by default. And we have a sidebar. Now if you go back to the demo, you'll see we have these big images with a summary of the post, and there's no sidebar on the right side. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So first we need to create the blog post. So you on the upper left, just click on right here, go to Dashboard to go to the WordPress admin, and then right here you see Post. Click on Posts. So these are your blog posts. So if you click on this first one, Hello World, which is the default, the post that comes with WordPress when you install. So in here, we want to, I'm going to add some more text so it looks like a real post. So if you open a new tab and you search for Lorem Ipsum, and then go to this first one, lipsum.com. This is just a website that will generate Lorem Ipsum text, which is just text that designers use to fill in a page to make it look a little more normal. So sorry, went a little too fast there. If you go, so you're at lipsum.com. On the bottom right, you'll see there's this generator, generate Lorem Ipsum. So it says 5, so it's going to generate 5 paragraphs. So let's click this generate Lorem Ipsum. And then this is the text, and it's going to highlight. I'm going to highlight this text. I'm going to right click and copy. And just close it. And then I'm going to paste that into here. So just highlight the text and right click and paste. And that'll paste it in. You'll see there's these 3 tabs. There's Visual, Text, and Page Builder. Visual is what you will see when the post is live. And then text, this is for HTML. So HTML is hypertext markup language, which is used to format a page. So for example, say you wanted to go back to the visual, and say you want to highlight this and you want to make it bold. So highlight it and click this B to make it bold. If you go back to text, the text view, you'll see now it has this tag around it, strong, which in HTML that makes it a bold. So with this view, you can add HTML tags. So there's different things you can do. You might want to make this italic and bold. So if you go back to text view, you'll see it's EM, that makes it italic. So normally you're not going to need to go to the text view. That's only if you want to do something that you can't do in the visual view. So normally you won't have to go in there and change anything. And then this last tab is the page builder. And what that is that one plugin I mentioned earlier, which is the Site Origin Page Builder, which allows you to make really complex pages, which we won't be getting into in this tutorial since we're just creating a blog, which that's not necessary. Okay, so now we have that text. Next, on the bottom right where it says featured image, click this set featured image. And then find image titled post1.jpg. So this is post1.jpg, and then click Set Featured Image, and then click this Add Parallax to Featured Image. That gives it a nice little effect, which I'll show you in a bit. And then right here where it says Categories, click at this link that says Add New Category, and then just create one called News. Then click Add New Category, and then uncheck this Uncategorized. So now click Update. So now for the demo, I'm going to create 2 more posts. So up here, to edit post, click Add New, and then enter a title, and then paste in the Lorem Ipsum text again, and then on the bottom right, select Set Featured Image, and choose post2.jpg. Click Set Featured Image, and you'll see it does have the image, even though it's not showing it in the media gallery. So, and then also click this Add Parallax to Featured Image, and then scroll up to Categories, and then click Add New Category, and this one is called Reviews, or whatever you want to call it, and then click Add New Category, and then click Publish. Then let's add one more post, so click Add New again, add a title, and then in the visual editor, right click and paste the Lorem Ipsum, and then at the bottom right, click Set Featured Image, select post3.jpg, click Set Featured Image, and scroll up and add a new category. I'll call it Other. You can call it whatever you would like. Click Add New Category, and then click Publish. So now, if you click in the upper left, click Amazing Blog Now or whatever your site name is. That'll take us to the home page. Now if you scroll down, oops, there's a little overlapping, that can happen sometimes. Let's refresh the page. Scroll down, this is called the masonry. So you see there's these grids where the images, the posts it looks like a masonry. So we can change that so it looks like what it's in the demo, where if you go back to the demo, you'll see it has the big image with the summary of the post. So if you go back here, so at the top you'll see this customize link. So click customize, this will take you to the WordPress customizer, where you can do certain things, such as if you go to blog options, click on that, you'll see there's some options here. So one of them is show masonry, which is the default way to list posts. So if you click on uncheck that, so now you'll see it just has the images. So if you click this, see where it says blog content display, right now it has hide and it's not showing any text. So if you click excerpt, it'll show a summary of the post. So now you can see there's a little summary of each post. And then if you don't want the images for some reason, you can do this uncheck show image, and that will just show the title and the summary of the post. So I'm going to turn show image back on because I want to show the image. So go back. So the next thing we're going to do is we want to change this header right now. Right now it's a white header. We want to make it transparent. So click on header options and then select header style. Then you see this header opacity. So what that does, if you drag this all the way to the left, it will make it transparent. So it's completely see-through. If you drag it to the right, it makes it opaque, so it's a white background. So now we have that. So one other thing we need is we need a menu. So click, actually, so on the left side, there's several ways you can add a menu. So one way is to click here. You can also do it through the customizer. I will show you how to do it through the add menu. So just first click save and publish, and then click add a menu. Excuse me. So actually first close this to get out of the customizer. Hit the X. Now hit this add a menu link. So here we want to add links to the category pages. So by default it adds your pages. So click this down arrow and then click remove. And then do that for blog. Then click categories. Expand that and then click each one of these. We want to add all of them to our menu. And then I'm going to call this header menu and then click create menu. And then click this header menu where it says theme location, select header menu and click save menu. So now if you go back to our page, you'll see we have a menu with a transparent header. And you can't read the text that well right now because it's a gray, that's the default color. But I'll show you later how to change the color of the header menu. So the next thing I want to show you is if you scroll down and click this other, that's the name of the category this post is in. If you click on that, you'll see it has this hero image, the same one as the blog, but you can change that to whatever you'd like. So to do that, we need a plugin called Category Images. So if you go back to your dashboard and then go to Plugins and then click Add New. And on the right where it says Search Plugins, search for Categories Images. And then this one right here, Categories Images, select Install Now. And then click Activate Plugin. Now go to Posts on the left side and then select Categories. This is the categories where you can add new categories or edit categories. So click this edit under News. And then if you scroll down, that plugin we just installed, it adds this image so you can add an image to each of your categories. So click this Upload and Add Image. And then select Category 1. Let's see, category1.jpg. And then click Select. And then Update. So now you see it has the image. Then go back to Categories. And then now select the second category. And then click Upload and Add Image. And then select category2.jpg, and then click select, and update it. Then go back to categories again, and select reviews. Scroll down and click upload/add image, and then category3.jpg, select and update. Okay, so now at the top you click this view category, that'll take you to the category page. You see now it has a different hero image. So that's review. So if I go to click other at the top, this one has a different hero image. And then click news. This one has a different hero image. So the next thing I want to show you, if you go back to the dashboard, I'm going to show you how to add pages. So on the left side, see pages, click on that. I'm going to show you how to add a contact page and an about page. So at the top right here it says add new, click add new. And then we'll create the about page. So give the title about. And then for the text, just going to enter the Lorem Ipsum if I still have that in my clipboard. So right click, paste the Lorem Ipsum text, and then scroll down, click set featured image, and then choose about.jpg, click set featured image, and then I'm going to add the parallax to featured image, and then click publish. So now if you click view page, we can see our about page. So let's now create the contact page. So up here it says new, scroll down to page. I'm going to call it contact. And then for this, we're going to use the page builder. So click this page builder tab, and then click this widget. We're going to add a widget and search for contact. So the contact widget is not there by default, so we need to add that. So just close this and click publish just to save our work. And then go to plugins on the left side and select site origin widgets. So these are all the widgets that come with site origin. We need this one, the contact form plugin. So click activate. And then the other one we need is the social media icon. So let's scroll down. So click on the social media buttons. Click that, click activate. So now we have those two. So go back to pages. And then click contact. Then click this page builder tab again. And then click add a widget. Click the widget button. And then search for contact. Select site origin contact form. And then click site origin contact form to open that up to edit. So scroll down to design. And scroll down. Click this background color and just clear. So that, and then the border color, click that and clear. And then scroll down to field labels and select use theme font and search for Open Sans. Then scroll down to Submit button and change gradient intensity to 0. And that should be it. And click Done. And then click Update. So if you scroll down, we also need to add the featured image. So click this featured image. And then click this image, the contact.jpg image. And then click Set Featured Image. In this upward page options, these are some options that come with the theme. Right now it's set to full width and high title, which are some default settings that get selected when you switch to the page builder. We don't want those. We want to have a narrower width, so just uncheck full width and uncheck high title because we want to show the title. And then click Update. Then click View Page. And now we have the Contact Us page. This form is a little wide. Later on I'm going to show you how you can make the width of the page narrower. Also at the bottom you'll see the form is touching the footer. So let's add some space there. So click this edit page at the top. And then you see this wrench. Click Edit Row. And then click Layout. Scroll down and see bottom margin. Let's add 20 pixels. And then click Done. And then click Update. Click View Page. And now you'll see we have 20 pixels of space under the contact form. So now we have all the pages and posts added. So the last few things we need to do is change this header, change the header to a different color font and also a different font. Same for this header. And then also, if you go to the bottom, we need to update the footer. For example, if you go back to the demo, you'll see the font is nicer. It's using Open Sans. And the header font is also Open Sans. And when you hover over it, it changes to a purplish color. And then if you scroll down to the footer, you'll see we have these menu options and the social sharing buttons on the bottom right. So if you go back to WordPress, at the top, if you click Customizer, to change the fonts, you'll want to go to Typography. This is what was added by the Easy Google Fonts plugin. So click this default typography and click Edit Font for heading 1. Just click this Edit Font and then change the font family to Open Sans. And now, I don't know if you noticed, but this changed. So let's also change the font weight to 700. It's a little more bold now. And also we want to change heading 2. So click Edit Font. And then for font family, change that to Open Sans. That is for the posts on the blog page. So if you click here to go to the home page, so now our blog page, these are H2s, or heading 2. Those also have Open Sans. And then we'll also want to change that font to 700. So that's a little more bold now. So next, if you go back, click Theme Typography. And then these are some different fonts different settings for the theme upward. So these are specific to the theme. So if you scroll down to header link and click edit font, and then for font family, click that and search for Open Sans and select that. So now if you scroll to the top, you'll see it's a little hard to read, but it's the font changed. So click this appearance, and we're going to change this to black. Now this is the header when it's not transparent. So I'm going to set that one to black. I'm also going to change the font to 18. And then the font, I want to change the font weight. So if you go back to style, change that to 800. So this is the header that's not transparent. So when it works for both. So this will change the settings for the transparent. So let me go to the transparent header link. So this is transparent. So we want to click edit font, and then click appearance, and then click this font color and change it to white. So I'm not sure if that made sense earlier. So I just changed the transparent header link color. When the header is not transparent, in certain cases, you will get these settings where if you go to appearance, it's black. Which is, usually you shouldn't see that, but there are cases where some pages, they don't have, you need this hero image for this to be transparent. If you don't have that, it'll be a white header. So you just want to have this black just in case that happens, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, please let me know in the comments and I'll try to explain that a little better. So the other thing we want to change in here is if you scroll down to transparent header link hover. So click edit font on that and then select appearance and then click this select color and then enter 8B7 BD1, and that's the purplish color. So now if you hover, you'll see that we have, and then just copy that color and also set it as the active. The difference between active and hover is active will be the setting when, for example, if you go to the news page, that would be active and it'll show purple. So set that as well. And we also want to change the footer links. So scroll up to footer links and click edit font. And then change the font family to Open Sans. And then the font weight to 700. We also want to change the mobile menu. So scroll down to mobile menu link, click edit font, change it to the font family to Open Sans, and then click appearance and set the color to white. And then go back to style and actually also set the font weight to 700. So now click Save and Publish to save our work. And then scroll to the top and go back to the main menu. Now we also want to change the mobile. So if you click on mobile to view what mobile looks like, you'll see right now it has a gray button. We want to change that to white so it's easier to read. So click Header Options and then click Header Colors, and then go down to mobile menu transparent button color. Set that to white. Oh yeah, just remember one thing, we also want to change, if you go back to the main menu and go to typography and then go to theme typography, we also want to change the link color. So scroll down to link, click edit font, click appearance, and then select color, and then change to 404040, which is kind of a grayish black color. So you'll see this read more link is now a grayish black color. And then click save and publish. So now if you click this X to close it, close customizer, now you'll see how it looks. You'll see we have the font is different. When we hover over it, we have the different color. The contact has a different font. So let's click the name of our site to go to the home page. So now this is what our home page looks like. So the next thing I want to show you is how to make the width of the page a little narrower, because right now it's a little wide. So it's probably fine if you want to have a sidebar. I'm going to remove the sidebar and just have the post. So go to back to customizer, and then select general options, and then click page options. And here you can change the width of the page. So I'm going to set it to, let's see, 800. And you'll see it made it a little narrower. There's also this sidebar, and I'm going to show you how to remove that. So click save and publish, and then click the X to close, and then click up here, go to dashboard. And then on the left side, under settings, go to, under appearance, go to widgets. So click widgets. And then you'll see this blog sidebar. So there's two sidebars. There's the blog sidebar and there's a page sidebar. So the page sidebar would go on, say, your contact page and your about page, and the blog sidebar goes on the blog posts or the category pages. So it's going to show because we have these set. So to make the sidebar go away, you have to remove these. So just go to each one of these widgets and click delete for each one. Okay, so now if you click up here on your site name and view your homepage, now you'll see there's no sidebar. You just have the post in the center. So next we need to add the menu items. So if you go back to the demo, in the footer we have these 4 columns, and then we have the social media buttons on the bottom. So go back to WordPress, and then let's click customize, go back to customizer. And then on the bottom left, you'll see this widgets. Click on widgets, and then choose footer bottom right. And so on the right side, just scroll all the way to the bottom so we can see what we're working on. And then back here on the left, click add a widget. Then search for social, and you'll see the social media buttons. Select that. And then click add. Click here to open, and then click select network and choose Facebook. And then click add again. We're going to add Twitter this time. then click Add again, and add Google+. Click Add one last time to add Pinterest or whatever social network you like. And then under Design, click Design and Layout. Scroll down, change button theme to flat. And icon size, click that, change it to medium. And then for padding, click that and select low, and then click apply. And now you'll see our social media icons are there. So the next thing we're going to add is the copyright information on the bottom left. So if you click this to go back, and then select footer bottom area, that's this area, it's footer bottom. And then click Add a Widget, and search for text, and select this text widget. Then we're going to add copyright this is a HTML hex code which adds in this copyright symbol. And then I'm just going to add the name of the website. And then you might notice that this is not centered. This is centered, and this is kind of higher up. So to do that, we need to add some HTML. So I'm going to add a p tag around it so that we can add some spacing. So I'm going to add this style tag. This will add some padding to the top to make it so it's centered. So now you'll see it's more centered because I just added 10 pixels of padding to the top of this text. So let's click Save and Publish to save our work. And then click this back arrow. And then select Footer Area. Click that. And then add a widget. And then for this, well, before we do that, we need to add a menu. So click the back arrow, and then click this back arrow again, and select Menus. Then click this Add a Menu. We're just going to call it Footer Menu. And click Create Menu. Then click this Add Items. And we're going to select our pages. So we want to add Contact, and we want to add About. And then you could drag these if you want in a different order. And then click Save and Publish. So now click back, and go back to Widgets, and then click this footer area. And then click Add a Widget. So now you'll see there's this custom menu. So we want to add a custom menu. So click Custom Menu, and then for Select Menu, just select the one we just created, the footer menu. And then we can give it a title. You could call it Menu if you want, or Resources as I called in the demo. I'm just going to call it Menu. And then now click this back arrow, and now select Footer Area 2. So that will be the second location. Well, if you only select two menus, they would be one on this side and then one over here. So click Add a Widget, then select Categories, and that will show your categories. So now let's add another column. So click this back arrow, and then select Footer Area 3, then click Add a Widget, and then you can select whatever widget you like, but I'm going to do Comments. So select Recent Comments, and that will add recent comments. So let's go back again, and then this time select footer area 4, and then click add a widget, and then search for posts. I'm going to add the recent posts widget. So now you'll see we have the 4 columns in the footer. So click Save and Publish, and then click the X to close the customizer. And now you can see what we have. If you scroll down to the footer, you'll see we have our 4 sections. And we have our copyright in the bottom left and our social media icons on the bottom right. One of the last things we need now is if you go back to the demo, you'll see if you click on a post, you'll see on the right side we have these social sharing buttons. So like if you click Facebook, it opens this so you can share, so users can share the post on Facebook or Twitter or Google. So if you go back to WordPress and then click the dashboard and then select social share by subsystem. Actually, excuse me. So on the left side, select add new. We need to add a project first. So I'm going to call it the project name posts, and then click create. And then now you can select the social networks. I'm going to go with Facebook, Twitter, Google, and Pinterest, and then click create. So now in here there's different options. Here where it says where to show, you can select where you want the buttons to show up. So I'm going to choose right, so they'll show on the right side. And then on the right side here where it says show at next pages, here you can choose which pages it shows on. I'm just going to select all posts, so it'll show on all posts, because I don't think you really want people to be sharing you could just have show everywhere, and it'll show on your home page, your contact, about page. I think your blog posts are the pages that people are mainly going to be sharing, so I'll just select all posts, and then I'm going to select hide on home page, and then just click save, and then now click on the upper left to go to your home page, and then scroll down to click on one of your posts. And now you will see we have the social sharing buttons. They're a little bit close together, so I want to add some padding between those. So if you go back to the dashboard, I'll show you how you can add a little bit of padding between the buttons. So go back to the social share by subsystem and click go to projects, and then click on posts, the project we just created, and then click on this design tab. On the right side you'll see this add button spacing. Click on that and then click save. So that will add some spacing. It'll look a little cleaner, I think. So go back to your upper left to go to your home page, and then scroll down and click on a post, and now you'll see there's spacing between the buttons, so it looks a little cleaner. So that concludes this tutorial on how to make a blog with WordPress. I hope you liked my video. This is only my second video, so I'm sure that there was many mistakes, but I would really appreciate any feedback on how I can improve my videos. And if you enjoyed my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I will be making some follow-up videos based on feedback, and I will be very likely revising this video based on the feedback that I receive. So I highly encourage the feedback. So that's it. Thank you very much.